Hi guys, welcome to Next Step with Cherry. So you know how we do it. I know that a lot of you are worried about all the real it is to actually move to Europe for free without you spending so much or even spending less and getting like all the benefit that you need to get. So that is why I want to bring in someone that have done that. She's my subscriber and we met like a few months ago, and that is where she started her journey. So I would like her to tell us her experience and also the pathway that she used and everything, including the visa process. So you might want to stick to the end of this video so that you can get all this process, all this information, because the information that she's going to give is still available so that you will start your process too immediately. And the good thing is because you can as well move with your family. So it is a really good information that you can be able to get, that you can be able to act upon. Finally, I get to see you. Not wasting much of our time, guys, I would let her introduce herself and where she is from and also where she is at, so that we will kick off the questions. So please, can you introduce yourself to us?
My name is Simi Lulua. I graduated from the University of Ibadan. I finished with a 2-2 from the Department of Food Technology, and I'm currently having my master's degree program at the University of Salerno on scholarship with a 2-2.
So I understand that you moved from Nigeria to Europe, and I would like to ask, like, how did your journey start, and how did it come to your mind, or when or how did it come to your mind that you would want to study in Europe? And what do you think about the finances, the finance area, and how to like the money to spend, all those things? What did you think about that then?
My journey to Europe started, or like the jackpot journey, started when I was in 400 level when I was in Nigeria. I always kept tabs on school, even considering the fact that I had like a year left because my course was 5 years and I was in my 400 level. I think specifically during my 6 months IT. So I had a lot of research about, masters and all. In my service year, I had an expired passport already, so I had to renew. I started, the Nigerian. I started I started streaming my research. So I didn't want to go to the US and Canada, basically because I didn't want to write IELTS. So I already made up my mind prior before that I wasn't going to write IELTS, because why do I need to prove my English when So I just had this to strike, and a lot of things were going on. So it was really like an hassle getting my transcripts. I got the other documentations from the school, but getting my transcripts was really like a big issue. So I had because during my university days, you have to have your student transcripts as you progress in the level, like 100, 200, 300 and all. So I had the student copy and the digital version from like a site my school created. So I had a mentor, who I talked to that, oh, I'm having this challenge. I want to apply for my master's in Germany. It first started from Germany. So like, and I don't have a transcript, The man was like, oh, you have a statement of results, you have everything, just scan everything and try to attach to the application and try to explain yourself. But it couldn't work for the Germans because I don't know, they had like a rigid application system. Yeah, that could detect some things. So I couldn't. So I got my school. So I sent most of my documentations to them, and and I told them the situation, that Nigeria, we're on strike, blah blah blah, this is going on, but I'm working on it, and I'll try to give them like a possible response as soon as possible, as soon as I get it. So I remember when I sent in my transcripts and the whole stuff, I got the rejection based on, my school was like, because I don't blame them, but the transcript was not explanatory. I had to transcribe my transcripts myself. I had to have an explanation of my transcripts to them. Then I had to attach my faculty handbook with the mail I sent, and funny enough, they gave me like an interview opening, and I was like, they were like, oh, I could come. Even as at then, I wasn't able to. I didn't have the transcripts as at that moment because I applied for my transcripts in, I think, September last year, and the official one is not yet out as I'm speaking. But I reached out to my HOD, and he he gave me like a departmental, like an official departmental transcript that I could use. I was able to apply. I did the interview, and the school, they were pretty impressed. So then I think the day of my interview was the same day the school gave me admission.
Oh.
Yeah, like I did the interview like around this time in the morning, and I got my admission like 5 p.m. Nigerian time, like before. So, and in the admission letter, I think then I was in communication with you. I don't remember, but when I got the admission, I was excited, but I didn't read what the admission letter was saying. I didn't read the important part of the admission letter that I could apply for a scholarship. So I think one day, I think you said there's an Italian government scholarship, blah blah blah. So I started making inquiries because So I got a Pakistani who was ready to help. So he told me that, oh, yeah, there's a scholarship going on, like it's going to end in the next, I think I remember maybe like 8 days or something. And I was like, oh wow. So I read my admission letter and I saw it actually stated that I could apply for the scholarship. So I put in my application and I applied for the scholarship, and I think 1 month later I was offered the scholarship. I was very excited about it. For at least for the scholarship, my accommodation was sorted. I was entitled to 2 meals. I think it came with 2 meals, a language class. And just at the end of the day, I just paid my tax and just a little sum of money, because I think with everything, your school fees is just in my school is 800 euros. So even if I wasn't a scholarship, I think
you can afford it.
Yeah, it's still affordable.
What document did you submit for your admission? And did you apply on the school application, or you sent the documents to them directly on their admission email?
For my school, they don't have like a portal like the Germans, like you have to apply to. For every department, there's a person who is going to receive your application. So I just had to fill the form, write some basic information about myself, calculate my CGPA and some things. So then I sent it for me, because I didn't have a transcript, I sent my international passport, I sent my statement of results, I sent my certificate, I sent my English proficiency from my university, stating that I was taught in English. Then I also sent
recommendation letter.
Yeah, initially I didn't send a recommendation letter. I sent my CV in. I think I had to send my transcript, the scattered version. So then they reached out to me via mail, blah blah blah. So that's when I started getting the rejection from them. Anyways, blah blah blah. So. But after I got admission, because in Italy, basically, there are like 2 procedures. You have to, apart from applying to the school, you also have to register on the
pre-enrollment website.
The pre-enrollment website, because in the pre-enrollment website, I attached a recommendation letter from 3 people, 2 from my university and 1 from someone
Okay, so how it works is that if someone wants to apply for your school, then in Italy, then the person will reach out to the department and then fill the form that is on the website, or the form that they're going to, the form that is on the website, and then attach the documents to them. So after the person, like the transcript, if the person already have a degree, then he or she should attach the degree, and then CV, and then it's also important to just attach recommendation letter, just in case there is competition, so you can probably stand a chance.
The thing is that for my department, they will ask you to send some things. It's just
it's important to send an email to the department that you would want to study and know their requirements. So when you've gotten your admission offer, then they are going to guide you or they are going to send you the link for the pre-enrollment and the scholarship.
The thing is that for my school, for the scholarship, how will I call it? There's no a separate interview for it. My admission interview covered for my
for the scholarship. Okay.
Yeah, for the scholarship.
So you just need to fill the form, or how did you? And then you send it back to the school.
Yeah, so for the scholarship is based on rating, like they rate your performance on. So once your performance is okay, you'll be given the scholarship. But for you to be given the scholarship, you have to apply on the pre-enrollment portal.
Okay, okay. So after you've gotten the admission, then you apply on the pre-enrollment portal. Are they the
Yeah.
ones that are going to send you the link of the pre-enrollment portal, or you have to figure yourself out?
It's written in the admission letter to
Okay, okay. So you just
register.
go there, register, and then you start filling the documents and everything. Okay.
They have this I think they have this rights to study stuff. You know, in Italy there are different types of scholarship. I'm on my
Mm,
school scholarship and there's also like the region scholarship.
mm,
But even under the region scholarship, the regional scholarship is the one you have to like they use your income,
to evaluate you. Okay.
yeah, to evaluate you.
Okay.
So and I think they pay some amount of money, they pay for your accommodation. I don't know
Mm,
about other regions, but in my region, they pay for your accommodation, they pay for your feeding, and they still give you like some amount. I don't know the amount.
mm. Okay,
I
so
don't
for the region scholarship, how do you apply for that? Is the school going to help, or you are the one that is going to help?
you are the one that is going to do it yourself.
Okay, but you can ask the school like how to apply for the regional scholarship. And okay,
Yeah.
family move together, and then the other is this last question.
It's possible for probably someone doing his or her master's that is probably not on scholarship, that is staying in a
Mm,
private apartment. So
okay,
that is
so
possible.
okay, so sorry, before we go to the last question that I asked, how was the visa process? Because we were supposed to talk that. Can you maybe summarize it? Like, how was the visa process after collecting your admission letter? What next? What next? What next?
Okay, after my admission, I had to, I think some countries like Italy and Australia and some countries they do it. You have to authenticate your documents from the Federal Ministry of Education and
Mm,
the Interior, I think Interior, Foreign Affairs. So they
mm,
have to confirm that you finish from like a
the
federal
school.
university through
Mm,
me and all. So and your birth certificates, they authenticate it. And your birth certificates must correlate with all your names because I had that issue. I had
yeah.
name issues and it caused a lot of problems for me. So after the authentication, you have to translate the documents in Italian. There are translators that do that. There are people that do that. They have official translators that do that. So you translate it, then they call it legalization. You have to appear at your embassy
Mm.
before your visa process. So
Do you
you
need to
appear.
book appointments or you just go?
Yeah, sure you have to book an appointment. You tell
Okay.
them that you've got an admission in so school, you book an appointment
Through
with them.
emails.
Yeah, via email, you book an appointment with them, you go there, you show them your documents, the translated version, the
Original.
authenticated version
Mm,
from the ministry. And so then after that, they will give you what they call declaration of value. So the
mm,
declaration of value states that, oh, like for me, they said, oh, I was born in so place in Lagos, my date of birth, I finished from a federal university, I spent 5 years. So it's a document that your school also requires. Some schools,
mm,
my school requires that.
mm,
It's compulsory to go through it. So
mm,
whether your school does or not, it's not their business. So
mm.
after that, I was able to book an appointment at the TLS for my visa application, and I attached the required documents and they have an amount you have to have like each year.
Mm.
Like each year it changes, making sure that your account has good flow of income. If they need any other documentations, I think they would ask you to provide it. And
Mm.
it's best to do your groundwork
Mm.
because
So with your scholarship, you still need to provide the proof of fund. Like
yes,
you still need to, okay,
I still had to do because my mom had to also state that
she's a
uh
sponsor.
yeah, she's a sponsor
Okay.
and she will cover the flight and any other thing
Mm.
that my school
Yeah.
is not
Yeah,
covering.
so it is very important because I know a lot of country. I had a chat with a guy from Liberia, I think. So he also mentioned that there were a lot of visa rejections in his country. So when it comes to Italy, so
Yeah, it is. Even in Nigeria, it is.
I was telling him that I was also telling him if you could apply to all these scholarships and you get like the scholarship, I think it will help you because it
Yeah,
will help you to like save
it
some
buffers.
rejections.
Yeah.
So the
Because
only thing you need,
my visa was I think I submitted on the 19th and it moved to the embassy I think on the 28th, and the next day I got the approval mail because for Italy your passport doesn't come immediately you get the approval because the approval comes through like the pre-enrollment portal. you'll be informed from the pre-enrollment portal via mail that your visa has been approved.
So basically in 3 days, in 3 to 4 days.
It depends.
I
Like
mean, yours.
mine was like that. For some people, for my
Might be a bit
friends,
longer.
it was 3 weeks, even if it was on scholarship. So it depends.
I think one thing is also good to apply to schools earlier, and then another thing is also to make sure you ask the school for the scholarship that are available so that you can apply both the school scholarship and regional scholarship, which covers both undergraduate, masters, and PhD. Because I know that
Another thing you have to know is that you also like language. You also have to know the language your course is taught.
Okay, so to round up everything that we've said, we've already taking a lot of time. So to round up everything that we've said, the first step that she took is to apply to the school that she is in. So she did her research and then she applied. And during the application, she mentioned that her school, you have to fill the form online and then you submit the form alongside your documents to the department's email, or you send them an email. They will send you the list of documents required for you to submit.
No, it's on the school portal. You'll see it.
Okay, so after you see the document and then you apply. So in other schools, you as well see them. I'm going to leave the link of other schools that you can also search. And then you also see like the school admission details. Then you fill the form, attach the documents. Some of them you can upload online and some of them you have to send through email. So when you've sent that and luckily you get admission, then the next thing for you is to check your admission letter very well and know if you are qualified for scholarship. So if you're qualified for scholarship, then you apply. If there is nothing about scholarship stated, they try to ask the school. So when you ask the school, they will give you information on where to apply or how to apply for those scholarships. Then the next thing that you're going to do is to prepare for your visa application. So if you apply early, it will give you more time to like work on your proof of fund on your bank. So it will give you more time so that it will not be like rushed thing. And then you can take your time to work on the bank. And with that, you provide your proof of fund and you, if possible, you can get a sponsor too, so that it will be attached and it will have like a strong financial documentation. Then the next thing, like she said, is for you to start your visa process application. And that is to, first of all, legalize or authenticate your documents at the Ministry of Education in your country and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So after that, your education qualification document, that is your degree and your degree certificates and your transcripts. And after that, you then go for with your birth certificates. After that, you then go and translate the documents. So after translation, then you book appointments with the Italian embassy in your country. You can send them an email or you can call them to know how to book appointments. So for legalization, please specify for legalization. Then you go for your legalization. So they will give you a declaration of documents of value. And with that, you fill your information so that it will be authenticated. But also remember that when you get your admission letter, there will be a pre-enrollment website that you need to pre-enroll. So you make sure that you go on that website and pre-enroll. If not, they are going to deny you. It's not going to work. They are going to deny your visa. So immediately after your admission, just go and pre-enroll on that website. Then you continue from the whole thing that we talked about. And then you go for your visa process. So I wish you guys good luck.